Hi, today we'll be showing you how to replace the light fixtures on an RA-18L range hood. But before doing so, make sure that you cut the power to the unit, just in case so we don't cause any injuries or anything like that. So make sure that there's no power going to the unit, as we're actually going to be removing this panel, which has the turbines and the electrical components. So once we make sure that there's no power going to the unit, we can continue to removing this actual bottom plate here. And we're going to do so by removing 6 screws, which are located on the left. You got one right here, one right here. So that's 1, 2, and you have another 2 in the middle, here and here, top and bottom, and another 2 on the right, top and bottom. Once we get those screws out, you're going to want to make sure that you're holding on to this plate yourself. So make sure that you have someone to help you. So as you're removing the last screw, this bottom panel just doesn't drop on you. And also depending on if these oil cups are clean or not, you can opt to leave them on or take them off if they're dirty, as you don't want any oil to spill out of here. So make sure if this is clean, then you can go ahead and leave it on. If not, then take them off and continue with the process to remove the screws. In this segment, we'll be showing you how to gain access to the control panel. And since we're actually going to be dealing with the electrical components in the range hood and also the turbine fans, please make sure that all power is cut to the unit when dealing with any electrical components on the range hood. So once we verify that the electrical components have been, no power is going to the unit, then we're going to go ahead and remove 6 screws that are holding this panel in place. And as you can see, there's going to be 2 on the outer side and then 2 in the middle, and same goes for the other side. Total of 6 screws. Once we have those all removed, then we can remove this bottom panel. And also please be please be sure that there's a turbine cover that's sitting on the inside. But as this is a demo, the actual unit is upright, so they're actually still going to be on, but they're actually going to come down with the panel when you remove it, since the unit is going to be facing downward. So we're going to go ahead and grab the hose right here, remove the panels, and as you can see, this turbine cover is still on. But like I said, once you do it, once the unit is installed, these will come right off and they'll actually be sitting on top of the panel itself. So let's go ahead and get those off. And now we actually have access to the control panels, which is right here, and access to the lights, which are sitting inside of these channels right here. And we'll continue by starting off with removing the lights. Okay, now that we have actually removed the bottom panel, we have access to the controls and to the channels where the actual wiring for the light fixtures are routed through. Now, if you're going to be replacing the lights that are sitting towards the back, away from the control switch, then you can simply push back on the fixture itself and disengage the spring locking mechanism that is holding the light fixture in place. And as you can see, the light's out, and what you're going to want to do is follow the wire itself. Now the 2 lights that are sitting in the back are actually running an extension that takes it all the way around to the front of the unit. So simply with the back lights, you can follow the actual clip itself on the extension, and from right here you can actually go ahead and disengage the clip. Either you can do it from the in part right here or from the top, so just go ahead and follow the extension. As you can see, now the light fixture has been removed on the back. For the top ones, or the ones that are sitting closer to the control switch, we're actually going to have to go ahead and remove this panel in order to gain access to the clips. So we'll actually go ahead and do that on the next step. Okay, now to replace the top lights, which are closer to the control switch, we're actually going to go ahead and gain access to the control panel, which is right here. So in order to remove these, we actually have to remove this panel. This panel is being held by 4 screws, 2 that are sitting at the top, 1 and 2, and 2 here that are actually connecting the plate to the motor housing chamber, 1 and 2. So let's get these 4 screws removed, and we'll be able to gain access to the connectors and the control panel. Okay, now that we have all 4 screws removed, we can actually go ahead and hold on to the side of the bracket and bring it down slowly so we don't tug on any of the wires. And as you can see, the next step is to actually go ahead and remove this cable organizer. Now you may have either a zip tie or a twist tie, but for this instance we actually have a twist tie. So we're going to go ahead and get that removed, and then from there we can actually go ahead and follow the base wire from the light fixture that we're replacing to the main source right here. Just go ahead and unclip it, install the new one, and reclip the light. So first things first, go ahead and disconnect this twist tab right here. Okay, now we freed up all the wires. Now we can go and replace the either the left or the front two lights.